What did you do?
Cheers to that. A Shin Ryum.
Ramyun? We don't really know what to do here. And action. Is white better or black better?
Not better, but I have to change the white balance.
Hi, I'm Sheldon and I'm Evan. And today, we're drinking shoju.
Do shoju first and then we...
Yeah, that's gonna be our new thing is we start with the alcohol.
So, to open a bottle of shoju, it's very simple. It's already open.
Depending on how drunk you are.
All right, do we do the alternate?
Yeah.
Okay.
We do. I don't know.
Ah!
I don't actually know how it works in Korea.
It's a shot, right?
Yeah. So, do we introduce ourselves first?
Aha. Today, we're making army stew.
No, today we're drinking soju.
Oh, today we're drinking shoju. Cheers.
Cheers.
Not bad.
Yeah.
So, army stew. What's the story?
What is the story? So, army stew is, the way my friends in Korea put it to me, is that it's a dish that's created basically from smuggled produce outside of the US Army bases. So it's like spam and sausages. They didn't really know how to use the products in a traditional way to America. So they made it up and it's literally, that's how it worked.
And today we're gonna do our version of the dish. So it's definitely not authentic.
We might do like a slightly more traditional one and then one that we just around with a lot.
All right, let's do it. So first we make the
Broth.
That's your specialty. So I'll switch on the stove for you.
Yep.
Some boiled water. You want to put that in first and then we add the...
No, water then, yeah.
The water has been pre-boiled. While the water's boiling, we're gonna switch to white wine.
Yeah, far more polite on the palate.
Exactly. It's very important sometimes to decant your white wine. Most people under decant white wine.
This is for mainly labels on bottles purposes.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, now that's almost boiling, you go.
We're going to start by blanching the chicken wings.
And why do we blanch the chicken wings?
Good question. I don't know the answer to that. If you blanch the chicken wings first, it removes a lot of the impurities, which creates a lot cleaner stock. You can see here, we've got a very white stock, which is fine for ramen.
A traditional Asian grandmother would tell you that's the scum, but it's actually protein and myoglobin. So nothing bad for your health, but if you want a clear broth, we avoid that.
Because we don't like protein?
It's actually not better for nutrition.
No.
Oh, and why are we using chicken wings?
Because they have a good fat content, they have a good chicken meat content, and they have a good bone content.
And connective tissue, collagen.
Yeah. We're also going to blanch the bacon very quickly. Same reason.
Bacon is not is it?
Bacon is not...
Definitely not authentic.
Yeah.
So why are we using bacon?
It's really smoky, so it's a great flavor, lots of umami, and that will work really well with the kimchi. Might have just pissed off the whole of Korea, but that's okay.
So, to speed up cooking.
Pressure cooker.
And also better flavor extraction, I suppose.
Yeah. In with a carafe of water, around 750 mils.
We probably need more, yeah?
Yeah. In with 2 carafes of water. Mine's the one with the white man.
No, white wine is me.
Okay.
It's the t-shirt color.
I see. To make a stock, it's not really quite so important when you put the kombu in for cuisines other than Japanese. Start with that. Great umami there.
Well, dishes with heavy flavors.
Yeah.
Cuisines other than Japanese.
Well, that's to say, yeah. To lesser cuisines.
Oh my god, we're not putting that in.
Edit that out. And then we're just going to start with all of the raw meats and the kombu, and then we'll finish it with some anchovies and dried scallops, just because they will taste better.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Cheers. Cheers. Now we're gonna bring this to pressure and let it cook while we prep the rest of the ingredients. Sheldon, you want to do the honor?
9 is maximum?
Yeah.
Do you want it on the back one?
No, I think this is fine. What are we doing now?
I think that's a great thing to do next.
Yeah.
So now we've got the stock boiling, we're going to trim our spring onions and some garlic. In Korea, garlic is probably the most important part of cooking. In Southeast Asia, like manlyhood is about the amount of chilies you can eat. In Korea, my friend literally told me this as well, is about how much garlic you can eat raw. Not sure if that's something we want to do today though.
With the shoju, why not? You're gonna slice them anyway, right?
I was just gonna smash them.
But no skin, yeah?
No skin. It doesn't really make a difference, but no skin.
I saw that coming.
You drunk already?
That's good. What's next?
We're just gonna prepare all of our vegetables.
Let's start the meat so we can see it while we prep the veg. So, we are going to...
Prepare the meat.
It's not authentic because I think traditionally they just add everything and boil them. But we thought a bit of Maillard reaction.
Bit more flavor.
Yeah.
Always use your left hand to pick things up because then you don't have to keep washing
Right.
your white hand.
Take this one. I'll get another.
I like how you said take this one. I just dumped it there. I don't want that.
I think decent thickness.
Yeah. Into
You know, some
three?
Korean restaurants, they cut them in two.
Oh, we're doing that.
Yeah? Okay. I think that's good. Perfect. Help them get started. A bit of vegetable oil, not too much. You can always skim out the fat later anyway. Okay, what's next?
What's next? We've gone for very untraditional sausages for this one. Japanese sausages have more of a pop and crunch to them.
Because they use collagen
Yeah.
for the casing, which we found out one night out drinking. We have one testing piece. We have a bit of a sizzle, just protein, bit of fat, bit of high heat, Maillard reaction, bit more flavor, makes the meat taste meatier, but it also sticks to the bottom. Well, it's like we planned this.
Evan, you're drinking quite slowly.
Huh?
Do you want the tongs back?
Yes, please. I have another pair. I'll just grab that.
Like this one?
Yeah. It will stick a little bit, I think it is. Also, because this stove, only the middle heats up, I need to like move them around to make sure everything is like brown equally.
I think that's time for a sage induction to our start.
Oh my god, that thing looks so good, yeah? The sage.
Yeah, they need to start sponsoring us. We only need two, and that's £2,600.
Breville also started doing one.
No, it's the same company.
Ah, Sage and Breville.
Sage is by Breville.
I see.
So yeah, Sage, please start sponsoring us. And while we're at the plugs, these are definitely not Heinz baked beans unless you start sponsoring us.
Oh, this one is good.
Well, that one's good.
Yeah, it's the middle is good, you see. This is
Yeah.
the problem. But eventually they'll all be brown, I hope. Yeah, the edges, not even.
Yeah, they're as brown as they get during the summer.
We'll deglass the pan though, so.
Oh yeah,
Also it explodes, so when I'm searing, I'm almost scared to go above 3.
white shirt.
Very smart today.
Yeah.
Very clever.
I did think that because there's a lot of tomato-y sort of red ingredients, chili, peppers, that sort of thing, I thought, you know what? I did put a white shirt on and I was like, no, you're an idiot.
Should have used a non-stick for this.
Be okay.
How's the pressure cooker? See, told ya.
Right in the eye.
Sorry, you okay?
Yeah.
Alright, I think we're good before everything burns.
Yeah, let's fry the kimchi.
I'll just put them back in the same bowl.
Yeah.
So, once we have a bit of color, take them out. And whatever's burnt at the bottom is completely fine because we will deglass the pan with our stock and mop up all the flavors, the fond,
With our
burnt
stock?
bits. Oh, sorry, with the shoyu.
I mean, if you drink, your food should drink too.
Now we fry the kimchi.
Should we
I
take
personally
out?
like to squeeze the kimchi.
Yeah.
Just to keep the juice on the brine on the side so we can add them back in later.
That sounds great.
Who's
I'm going
squeezing?
to let you squeeze it.
I knew it. Let's do this. I'll do it here. I'm not going to take another bowl. Ugh.
Obvious reasons, mainly because Evan said it,
Yeah.
but also because I don't really want my hands smelling like kimchi.
It'll help the evaporation of the water content. It'll help them concentrate their flavors. And cooked kimchi really adds so much complexity. It's a different ballgame. But we're saving the brine so we can adjust how much acidity and brightness we want to add to the dish afterwards. Are we adding all the kimchi?
We don't have to.
Well, at least we cover the pan, I suppose. Yeah. This is really good kimchi, by the way.
We should make our own kimchi one day.
I realize fermentation is not my thing.
Oh yeah.
All the things I've tried,
Fermentation is
yeah, they're horrible.
because my friend gave me a load of Korean chili flakes.
Wow.
Like, I'm talking like a
Seriously,
packet
and you
this
didn't bring
big.
that today?
No, you said you already had some. I asked after I got here, but that's a different story. What did you do?
It's okay.
Oh,
Yeah, I think that's it.
squirted everywhere.
Alright, you man the stove while I
Okay,
carefully wash my hand.
carefully.
Thoroughly.
Should we cut the mushrooms just so we can?
Yeah.
Should I wait until you're not in the back of scene?
Should we saute them, the mushrooms?
Yeah, we should.
Yeah. We add them together now because afterwards they'll burn.
Yeah, do you want to move all the kimchi
Yeah.
to one side?
Yeah. And following our theme of being not authentic and adding flavors, we're going to saute the mushrooms to evaporate their water content, concentrate their flavors a bit, give them a bit of browning. You want to do them together or after? The mushrooms over here. 'Cause
Together, I think that the kimchi needs to go on one side. And I don't think that we should saute enoki.
no, I'm probably a sponge for
Oil.
oil.
Of course, that's why it tasted so good. Oh, sorry. This would make great live television.
Yeah. We should do a stream sometime.
Yeah.
Okay, just for this to not burn, I'm gonna quickly deglass it with the shoyu. Otherwise, it'll turn dark before we can get brownie.
I really can't be bothered peeling ginger, but you have to peel ginger.
Use a spoon. I thought that's your trick, no?
Yeah, it is, but it's too big. If I peel all this ginger,
Oh, I
too,
see. I
way
see.
too much ginger.
I see. We've mopped up all the burnt bits. Need something aesthetic.
If you wanted aesthetic, you should have not got us. Get Emma Raducanu or something on set. Be
Cheers to
right.
that. All right, now we're gonna add the mushrooms once again to build
Should we
more
add a little
flavor.
bit more?
Yeah, even more. But let's start with that.
Mushrooms don't like that much oil.
Bit of salt.
No, because we've got so much salt that's going into
Oh
the
yeah,
dish.
true.
Not to mention these instant, definitely not Shin Ramen.
Oh, are we adding those?
Of course, that's seasoning. Good amount of MSG in there, which is all
Monosodium
about that
glutamate.
umami. Just like to reiterate, that's definitely not Shin Ramen. Sponsor us if you want a shout out.
A Shin Rayum.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rayum.
Ramyun.
Ram.
Definitely didn't come from that packet there. Like I said, not Heinz baked beans. Unless, of course, you pay us money and then they are Heinz baked beans again.
Once again, to stop the pan from burning, a bit of shoyu or water.
Soju.
Shoyu. It's also a really good way to make fast French onion soup. Keep adding water.
What's that?
You keep deglazing the pan with water.
Use kimchi. Cancelled in France.
What's next? What are we adding next?
No, we're going back to the stock now.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to add all the vegetables and then we're going to add the scallops at the same time. And then we'll add the anchovies with a little bit of time left.
I didn't see. If I knew, I would have added that
At the
before.
start.
Yeah.
No, it's just looking through your cupboards and found some stuff.
We're looking pretty good. All right. Stove off and
This is a two-person job, so make sure you employ an assistant.
and now the vegetables, they come back out. Brilliant.
Put this on and then chuck a bit more alcohol in there.
We deglass the pan with shoyu. Oh, should have kept the stove on for dramatic effect.
Oh yeah, probably should have. While you're doing that, I'll depressure the pan
All right.
in a very slow and inefficient manner. I think that's your hot tap.
So now the shoyu, or if you want to use water, is gonna mop up all the beautiful burn bits from the kimchi, the mushroom, the spam, taking all the good flavors. At the same time, we're evaporating the alcohol. All right, I think we're good.
I think so.
This goes into the pot, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, this one is hot, the other one is not. So here we have,
Chicken combo and bacon stock, to which we're going to add dried scallops, loads of vegetables, so we've got some ginger.
which glass? This is my glass, right?
Yeah, all of the offcuts from the spring onions, the onions, a little bit of mushroom, and a load of garlic, because Korean be garlic. And finally, all of the juices from the pan.
Which we deglass with the shoyu.
We didn't, he did. Actually, can you put your tasty kimchi hands in there as well? That needs the pressure cooker lid again.
Are we bringing it back to pressure?
Yeah. Turning your induction on. Brilliant, that's pressure. Now it's assembly time. We don't really know what to do here, so if you're Korean, then please don't watch. Shall we start with the onion,
Yeah.
which you've kindly poured all of the cooked kimchi on. Is that one my glass? Is that one my glass?
Yeah. Slow today. We haven't eaten. Not slow, I'm careful today.
I told you, you pour it on the side next time. So it's there's definitely a comedy video that's coming from this. So onion on the bottom, and then you can sort of just put this wherever, but we'll make it look nice, mainly because we're on camera. I mean, we do care about that sort of thing as well, don't we? Clearly, because Evan just poured all of the kimchi and mushrooms mixed together.
Perfect.
Meat on next. Do you want to go?
I go?
Yeah.
No, I'm not very good at plating. I think you do it. You do it.
So Evan's very good at plating, so if you can edit his hands in here. Evan's expert plating here. We've got our Japanese sausages, Korean spam, spring onions, enoki, shimeji.
King oyster.
I only know the Japanese names of these things. Yeah, king oyster, kimchi, Korean rice cakes,
Beautiful.
some Korean noodles.
These are potato noodles, yeah?
And action. Sorry, that's the wine drinking
Yeah.
time. Sorry.
Cheers.
So now we're going to finish our stock. White peppercorns in. We should chuck them in a little bit earlier, but that's
Yep.
okay. Anchovies in, someone else can clean that, Korean chili flakes.
We'll go jugaru, maybe not the whole plate.
I'm going to put some anchovies European style in as well, just because there's extra added umami there.
Smells good.
It does.
The predominant smell for me is the scallion, shockingly. Or is that because of the onions?
Oh yeah, maybe
Yeah,
the onion.
yeah.
No, the anchovies coming through now.
They are strong. Smoked pancetta would be nice for this.
Oh no, the best thing to use for umami content is salmon America.
Oh, I did umami fried rice, and I put that even in the rice cooker.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's a very costly exercise, but it was good. Cheers. So now we are going to strain this wonderful, wonderful stock.
Is that because you made it?
Be a bit careful though.
Think about it. All in at once?
Yeah.
Just like, basically vegan, there's vegetables in there.
To be honest, might not fit. I think maybe we...
Really? It will fit, because that's everything.
No.
Yeah.
So now we have this beautiful, beautiful stock. Brilliant.
Now we season with some gochujang.
Oh, we can do more than that.
Probably.
Just take the opportunity to skim off a bit of the fat.
We should probably taste it again.
Verdict?
Getting there.
Oh, the kick is there.
Yeah. I'm gonna say we don't use too much of this definitely not Shin Ramen packet.
Restaurants use it.
And comparatively a lot more of the, it's definitely not the whatever the potato ramen packet is called.
But you know, speaking of this potato ramen, I think for to flavor a noodle soup, garlic powder is incredible.
Oh yeah.
And it's not the flavor profile raw garlic would provide, but it's something so different that I highly recommend you try it at least once.
And then to balance everything out, a little bit of sugar
Soy sauce for salinity, and of course, umami.
and fish sauce.
Again, to reinforce the umami. And this is strong stuff.
I think that's pretty brilliant.
Even the color is perfect, almost. Yeah, yeah,
To finish off, a bit of kimchi brain. Not a bit, it's got
a lot. You get a lot of acidity that would balance out the fat from the spam, from the sausages, the heavy flavors from the fish sauce, from the soy sauce. Oh, this is so getting there. Verdict?
Yeah.
Oh, I think we're there.
Pan swap.
Let's do that.
So now we've got our assembled, 98% assembled army stew. Very important is some baked beans. Definitely not Heinz baked beans, unless they sponsor us. Hint, Heinz sponsor us. And in Korea, I found that they used 1.5 slices of American cheese.
No matter how much broth you add.
Don't know why, so 1.5 slices of American cheese. We also have 1 pot of fondue cheese. So we're going to try it separately with the pot of fondue cheese. I think we try. What we'll do is we'll add a little bit to a bowl, and then we'll tell you which one to use. We also have our lovely broth that Evan made earlier, which we're going to slowly add for the camera, considerably a lot more quickly. Edit that out. I think that's enough.
Yeah, I think that's enough. So now, we bring this to a boil.
We're going to put the ramen in at the end.
My Korean
Finished eating all of it.
friend said, you don't even want al dente, you just want ao.
And we've got, it's definitely not Shin Ramen, and some potato ramen. Ramyun? The potato ramyun is very chewy. I really like the texture of this, so we'll probably go with this one.
You know, in Korea, they have this like really cool ladle that's half spoon, half fork for this dish.
I didn't have that.
Ah, no way.
No. And I went to a really traditional one.
Interesting.
Which looked nothing like, well, we're waiting for that, so it's okay. Looked nothing like this. There we go.
Oh, you know what we can do?
And there's your proof of 1.5 cheese slices. I told you it was 1.5.
I know.
I don't know why it's
No
important.
matter how much liquid.
Do not know why that's important.
Do they use glass noodles or do they actually use?
No, it's like a
Potato
potato,
one.
or something. I think it's actually a sweet potato noodle.
I would love thin negi on top, but I know that's not the recipe.
Should we get a board out and quickly do it?
Last minute, we have some emergency scallion for garnish. The Japanese sausage, do they need to be cooked? Are they raw?
No. You have a couple of ice cubes.
No, you want them to curl up.
Yep. Jeez, you've got game.
Okay.
Trusting me with not cutting your fingers off game. Cheese comparison test.
Just for us to decide which cheese to use. We're gonna add a
So
bit
that
of
we can
broth.
tell Korea whether they're right or they need to update.
We have to cut that.
Do we want some other bits in there?
Nah, I think just to taste the cheese with the broth.
Yep.
This is actually really not bad, I must say. I actually vote the, oh wow, this is more flavorsome. But
Yeah.
almost 2 flavorsome, I feel. Or not.
Is that just because there was too much cheese?
No, this is tastier, but I think on balance, I probably would go old school Listen to grandma.
Seeing as grandma's right, 1.5 slices is right as well. Okay, so 1.5 slices of cheese, finish with some spring onions.
Also not part of the recipe, is it?
This is definitely not part of the recipe.
This is very
Presentation purposes.
This is very W2 Kitchen though. And at a restaurant, this would now come out to your table. Everyone would mix it together, taste, add some noodles, and we do that now. Everything together?
Everything
Even the cheese?
together.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, the cheese melts and it like creates a texture.
Oh, this looks good. Rice cakes.
You'll get the textural thing of the cheese. I didn't understand it at first.
Yeah, because that one, otherwise overpower, it will become cheese soup.
Sounds great. See what I mean? The texture changes
Yeah,
completely.
it's almost like a thickener.
Yeah.
Which is why they're made with cornstarch or potato starch, right?
I
Or
think it's actually an
form of
acid
stabilizer.
and then that's neutralized with something else. But yeah, it is a stabilizing acid.
Yeah.
Right, I'm gonna say that's mixed.
Yeah, shall we?
Yep.
You do the honor?
Is that missing anything? I don't think so.
I would love to add some juchime, but that's wrong.
I think kimchi no moto would be better. Actually, that's way too much.
Well, moment of truth.
Cheers. Cheers, a bowl. Yeah, sure.
Honestly, the texture change from the cheese is insane, huh?
Yep.
I'd say searing worked a lot more flavoursome.
There's sort of two different textures that come to it as well.
Almost a crunch.
This is something I thought would really not work the first time I had it. My friends convinced me so much. Oh, it's great, it's great, it's great. Bloody hell, it's great.
Works with white wine. With a cleanser. Wow. Japanese sausage. Very smoky, huh, the sausage.
That's why I added the bacon as well. Brings everything together.
Incredible. Shall we cook the noodles?
Which ones are we going for?
I don't know.
Overall.
Need more stock though, yeah? Okay, here we go. Yeah, I think that's good. But as pungent and strong the flavors are, it's actually soothing in a strange way.
We've got a bit of a stick to the bottomy sort of thing.
We have?
I think, yeah.
Not too bad. So I would say this is our already.
I think that potato noodles, you should probably try it, but I think you should probably take it a little bit further.
Yeah? We've been cooking
They
it for how long?
remain so chewy.
But that's why, I don't really like that Korean starter, the japchae. For me, that's too chewy. But I think my friend told me, for them, they really like this chewy texture, which explains the rice cakes.
I love rice cakes.
All right, let's see. Ow. Oh, the last second of filming. Wow, this you need a bit more than ow.
You see what I mean though? They're like so nicely chewy. American cheese noodles, but I love potato noodles.
Yeah, no, it's so good. I think that's a wrap, yeah?
I think that we need to do a conclusion that you use the Shin Ramen packet for seasoning and the potato noodles for the noodles.
Yes, that's a good combo. I wonder if we only had the Shin noodle seasoning and the potato noodles in one bowl.
Let's try.
How would that taste?
And next time on WT Kitchen.
Shin cup reimagined. That's a wrap. Cheers.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Oh, we need to top you up.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Cheers.
I like how there's a bit of a face happening in there.